Hey guys, welcome back to my another video. On this video, I'm going to show you how we can create the card effect on using the HTML and CSS, and it's going to be a pure CSS. So if I hover it, then it's going to be a little add to animations. It will go a little up here. So if I hover it, it just go a little up, and this all animations what we do on this video. So let's begin. So I already created this project here in the card. So what I'm going to do is I created another folder called car effect, and I created index.html page. So on this HTML, I'll just create here HTML page here and just create as a card effect. Okay, and I'm using a Visual Studio Code as you guys can see here. So now I'm going to go that to the folder which I create, which is a card effect, right? And this is the card effect which I just created right here. So now let me create some of the container here. Okay, on this container, let me create a card and let me create something called box. Okay, let me create up to here. Now I don't want to create more than this, so now let me create another call, directly call a style.css file here. I'm not going to create any folder for this one. I'll create directly this style class. Okay, so on this one, I will link the style sheet here, style style sheet, and basically href is going to be that my style css. Okay, so this is my style css is linked with here. So I'll just create in every of the HTML part, I want the padding to be 0 because the browser will give you some padding and margin, but I don't want any of it. So I just want the all my padding margin, and every the box sizing is border box, which will do the empty, it will not put anything at all. So now let me grab the font from Google font, and I'm going to use this Open Sans, and for this one I'm going to use the regular one. Here it is, and here I can import in CSS. So I'll just copy this and I will put on my CSS, which I'm gonna put it right here, and it's already gonna be stored here. And in the font family, I will copy this font family and I will put it here. Okay, so this is my font is going to be for this one, and now it doesn't have anything. So now I already create a container here. So container on HTML. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a container class. So container, and in a container I'm gonna make this as you know what? Yep, I want to make this as a padding. You know what? The height. The height is 100 viewport height, and the background. I want to create a background called. I'm gonna give like a kind of like. I'm gonna show you what I kind of like a gray stuff like this color. Okay, this is going to be my background. Okay, so on a container I'm going to give some padding as a 50% because I want to move that to the card in the middle of it. Okay, and let me give the width. What is the width is going to be? Okay, you know what, I don't want to give a width. I think it's fine. I'm just going to do as a display as a flex because I want to use it as a flex, and a flex also has a create as a wrap. So when it was going to be a small the browser is going to be mobile version, then I want to move that at the bottom. Okay, and the justify content I'm going to do as a space around it. Okay, so now this all I use is on my container, but I can't see anything at this time, right? So I want to know that how it looks like. So now let me add something here. Okay, so here let me add another class called content, and inside the content let me add the h1 here, and this is a card one. Okay, so now I can see the where is my card one is in the middle here. So now let me do a card one, and let me do as a paragraph p. Okay, and I'm going to put a lorem text here. Okay, and this is my going to be my paragraph, and now at the end let me give as href, and this is going to be a read more. Okay, read more. So this is how it looks like now. Okay, of course we need to add a more css on this one. So now let me go to the css part, and let's add a couple of the css. Okay, so now let me add on the card. What is my card is here on the card. Let me add on the card, let me add the margin is equal to 20 pixels. So now it looks like I'll get some margin in the card. Let me do the border here. The first thing is border. I want to see that where it is located. Okay, so border is solid 1 2 3. Okay, so here is my border here. If I remove the margin, then I can see how it looks like. It goes up, right? I added some margin, and it comes a little down. So this is how it look like now. Okay, and now I also want to give the height for this one because this is covering all my on the bottom, so I'll just give as a height. So now it looks like my card looks like this. Okay, so this is how my card looks like, and I can also give a box shadow here if I want it to look a little better. So now let me give the box shadow here is a 0 1 rem ram. Let me give a 3 as a ram, and let me give this color. Okay, 4 8 5 4 5 6 0, maybe this one. Yep, now it looks like this. Okay, looks good so far. Now I have this, so now let me give as a border radius. I want to make this the radius here. Instead of this, I want to make this 10 pixels, so I can, this one looks a little better here. Okay, so this is how it looks like the card, and inside the card here I do have something called a box. Okay, so what's the box is going to be? So this is my box is going to be here. So now the box is, let me do as a position is absolute. Let me do as a position is absolute. So uh, I need to do here the position is relative, otherwise it thought that it will go all the way top. So let me do as a top one, and you know what, let me do as a left 20 pixel. Okay, and the right 20 pixel. The problem this happened because I don't have a width here, so that was the problem. So now let me check here. So this is my content here, and this is my box. Okay, and this is my card. So card doesn't have a width at all. That was a problem because the card has a height but it doesn't have a width. How long this width is going to be, right? How long this width is going to be? For that one I could also use a flex basis because I was using the flex here. So I can use a flex basis for each child component. So now I can see like this. Okay, so of course now is I give you the left and right here, and let me do as a bottom is 20 pixel as well, and the top is 20 pixels, so I can get all the 20 pixels here. Okay, so this is my box is sitting here, and this is my card, and this is I'm using the flex basis. Of course it's going to be a width of this card here, and I'm using this as a container as a flex, and I'm using a flex wrap, and it's space around, so that's why it's coming here. Okay, if I didn't use a space around, then it will go here and side. I'll use a space around because I need to create a couple of this card here, the 3 card here. Okay, and I could remove this the border. I just add this border because I don't want this borders. So now it looks like this. Okay, I know I need to add a couple more CSS for 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 the this paragraph, right, for the heading, stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm in this border here. So now what I'm going to add is, let me add the box shadow as well here for this box. The box is sitting inside it here, so let me add this box shadow here. So if I add it, it looks like this, right? So let me add the border radius as well, so it looks a little better. It looks like this. Okay, so once I have this, so now let me go back to the mic here on content. So what's going to be my content, right? And content is inside the box, and content I can do this one, or I can directly write content. It doesn't even matter because I have only one content uh, in my HTML page. So the content is going to be white color. The first thing is white. Hold on, white, right? The content is going to be white, and let me do as the text align is center. Let me make this as a center here. Okay, so now let me do this as a display flex also. Display flex, right? Okay, so my content is here, and inside the content I have the child element, and this is now display flex, and I want to change this flex direction to column. So now it will become like this. Now I want to put this as a center, so put that as center is pretty easy on for using a flex. Justified content is center, and align item we need to do as a center as well. Okay, so now align item is center, and also the flex direction. Of course it doesn't have a height, that's the problem. It doesn't have a height, that's why it doesn't come in. So I need to go back and provide a height, so it will go in the middle of it. Okay, looks good so far now here. So now what I'm going to do is, I do have a content created, and now I need to create for a I need to provide some padding here on a high H1, P, and A also. So it doesn't attach each other. It doesn't look that good now. So now I will copy this, right, and I'll paste it here, and instead of this box content I will use a H1, and there is a paragraph P, and for H1 and paragraph what I need is I need some couple of the padding is equal to 5 pixel. Okay, 5 pixels. Okay, it looks like this. Now I need couple of the code padding, a couple of the CSS for AA, which is going to be read more right here. So what we need for read more is we need to provide couple of the padding. Let me provide the padding here, 7 pixels, and this is going to be height. And what's going to be height? And again, 7 pixel on the side, and 18 pixel at the end. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So if I remove this 18 to 8, then it will come little up, and if I come to the 18, then it will come like this. If I do this 18 to 25, let me do as 90, because okay, now it's moving is little. Here it is, it's moving on the side, because what it really does, if I move this, then it will move from the top, right? This will move from the top, and this will move from the, we can also change like this will move from the right. Okay, and this one move from the bottom, and this one from the left. Okay, not sure why this card is moving it, because I'm just moving this one. Okay, because I have declared here the H1 as well. That's why it's moving, because I don't want in H1, I just want in A here. So now what we need is here, we need 18, right? 18 pixels, something like this. Okay, looks good so far. Let me give some margin here, the 10 pixels, right? So now after this, now let me give the border radius. Radius is a 15 pixel, 15 pixels, because it will cover. I want to create this as a button. So now let me create as FFF here, the color. This is the white color. It will put it there. I don't want this. I want something like this. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, now box contain, and hold on. Let me check here. Wow. Box, let me do as a card also. No, I don't need to do box content and A. Okay, so now here I will just do as a color here. So this color, let me do this as a color as a red. I just want to see, okay, I just want to see that this is the only one that's affecting or not. Yeah, it does. Okay, so now it's affecting. So let me do this color, because it doesn't have a color red, it has a color something called blues, because it's a href, right? So what we need is we also need to remove that the border there. So text decoration is none, so we don't want a border on the bottom, so we can do text decoration as none, and border radius as 15%, which is good, and this is the color. Okay, so this is what we give it there. I think we also need the background color for this, but we're gonna add it later on, because we need this card, is we need it 3 times, right? So I'll copy this card, so now it will look like this. So we want this as need to be add as a button. So how we can add a button is basically we need to add a background color for that. So I'll just copy this and I will put it here, right? So what I'm going to show you now, what happened is, so now I do have a container. A container has a card has a box contain and this href. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use as a container here, and inside the card I'm going to use the ns and child, which is 1, and inside this card for 1, for a I'm going to use a background color as 4b, I believe 4bcffa. I believe it's a blue color right here. So now you'll see as a blue color here. This is for the first child, this is for second, and this is for third. Now I can see a same color. Oh, I need to change this, of course. So I can see a same color here as well, but I want a different color here. Okay, so what color I want is, I want EF577 maybe. maybe 7. Oh yeah, this color. Right, so I can see like this color here. Of course, we could also add when we hover, we could add some text or the shadow as a different one. But let me add, so the first thing is the animation effect here. Okay, so the how I can add the animation effect is on a box, which is I have it on in here, which is inside the card, which is this inside this box. I will add the animations here whenever the box is on hover, right? Then what I want to add is a transform to translate. Why? Go little up, go little up 50 pixel. Okay, so now what happened? If I move it, then it goes up to 50 pixel, right? Perfect, it's working, but it's not that smooth. To make that smooth, what we need to do is we need to add a transition on our box. Okay, transition on our box. So here is a box, so whenever we move little up, we need kind of like a transition, but transition is 0.5 second transition. So if I hover it, now it's move a little bit up like smooth. Okay, so this is the card effect animations which I want to show you guys, and I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna put this code in a GitHub so you can download it very easily, and you can play around it if you guys like. And thank you very much for watching, guys, and bye for now.